Okay, we'll be starting in a couple minutes. There we go. All right, folks, just wait now. Get started. We're gonna go. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, looks like we're in. Okay, everyone, we're in. Welcome this afternoon, quarantine life. We're gonna kind of switch it around. We're gonna do quarantine life with COVID-19, and we're gonna do some. What the heck is pesto today? And we're gonna explain to you what pesto is and everything. Okay, so. Is anyone out there? Let's see, anyone out there? Okay. Let's get some names first. Okay, we got Bonnie. Hello, Bonnie. How are you? We got, of course, Joan Krupiasha. How are you, Joan? Good to see you. Give my best to Danielle. And hello, Bonnie, like I said. Bonnie, I'm going to make something that's very easy for you to make. And you're going to make it for your boyfriend, okay? Very easy. If you can boil or make pasta and use a blender, you're in, okay? Today we're going to do pesto. All right. Pesto is made from these ingredients right now that I have here. Fresh basil, picked from the garden today. All right, excellent. Garlic. Now, usually you use about 2 garlic cloves. Unfortunately, I didn't have any. So I'm using about half a teaspoon of minced garlic because it's a very, very potent garlic, okay, as you know. Then about a half a cup of grated cheese right here. Normally, the traditional pesto is made with pine nuts or roasted pine nuts, but by today's standards, everybody has allergies to nuts, so we're going to leave it out. And people in my family here have some allergies to nuts. Okay, what I have here is a little salt and pepper mixture. I think everybody should keep this by your oven or your stove. This way you just pick it up and you can salt everything. I also have some pasta here that we're going to mix our pesto in. We're going to have a little pesto pasta. And then we've got a nice surprise here. Those who are vegetarians today are going to love this show. I'm going to put this up here a little bit. I have some nice portobello mushrooms right here, which we're going to grill, and we're going to do something with that with pesto. Alright, so I'm going to start off by putting my mushrooms on this little grill I have over here. Okay, we're going to leave that like that. Then we're going to get right into the pesto sauce, and I will give you my history lesson after we finish. It's better I sit down and give it to you. Alright, so we're going to put a little of our olive oil, okay? This is about a half a cup or so. I'm going to put a little bit into the food processor on the base to make sure everything gets well blended. Okay. I'm going to be going back and forth here between the portobello mushrooms and the pesto. So I'm going to put our pesto leaves in here. Okay. Put our pesto leaves in there. We're going to add a little bit of garlic. We're going to add our Parmesan cheese, probably about half of what we got here. Okay. Then a little more olive oil. Okay, then we're going to mix it up. But first, let's turn these mushrooms here. Okay, it's still going there, still going. I want to have some nice grill marks on those for you guys. Alright, then we'll show you what we're going to do with those mushrooms. Beautiful portobello mushrooms that my wife got at the market. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to close this up. Mix it up there. Maybe add a little more oil. And we're going to try, see how it mixes up. I think we got it the first time here, folks. Looks like we got it the first time. Excellent. Alright. So let's open up our little blender. Did everybody catch that? Olive oil. Oh, got a little more here. Olive oil. Grated Parmesan cheese. Garlic. That's all you need to know. We got a little stuff. Just a touch of olive oil to get that going. There we go. We're gonna put it back in. Now it's a very potent sauce, so you don't need that much. It's enough to get things done. Okay, I think we're good now. We're gonna check that in a minute. Let's just see how our portobellos are doing here. Nice. I'm gonna turn them over. Got a nice little grill mark on some of them. We'll get the rest of the marks going in a moment. Okay. That's smoking. That's great. That's what you want. Nice hot grill smoking. You spray it, and you're good. Good to go. Okay, so let's go. Let's take out our pesto. Pour it in here. Make sure we get every bit. Okay. Alright. So this is what we got, folks. This is our pesto right here. Beautiful. Good consistency. As you can see, nice consistency. Everything is good. We're gonna work that into some of our dishes here now. Okay. I forgot to salt and pepper some of my portobello. I'm gonna do that right now. A little olive oil on top of those, folks, and you're good to go. It's starting to soften up now. That's what we want. A nice soft portobello mushroom. There we go. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, it's still cooking there. So what we got here is our pesto sauce, which originated in a town northern Italy called Genoa, okay, in the 16th century, and it's officially called pesto di Genovese, which means Genovese means Genoa. Okay, now again, you know, traditionally you have to roast the pine nuts in there, which we didn't do. Pesto actually itself means to mortar. So before there was a food processor years ago, they used to put all the ingredients together and just mold it like you do guacamole in a bowl and with a little mallet, and you would just do it that way. That's how they used to do pesto back then. Okay, so let's check our mushrooms. I'll give you the whole history on portobello mushrooms too, so don't worry. Now let's talk about today. Look at that. There you go. That's what I want. See those nice marks? That's what I'm looking for right there. Beautiful marks. Okay, we're almost done there. We're going to soften it out a little bit. I'm going to check everybody's messages too once we get settled. Let's see, what do I got here? I got Greg DeFilippo. How are you, Greg? Ken, how are you? Okay, let's see. What else here? Anything else? Greg DeFilippo. Bruno, how you doing, Bruno? What's going on? Good to hear from you again. Okay, we're almost done here with the portobello mushroom. Almost done. Beautiful. A little more on this side, and we're good to go. Okay, we have our pesto right here. Okay. Almost done. Almost. Okay. One thing good about portobellos, and these are a little small, but when you get the bigger ones, you can do a lot more with them. They're very meaty type of mushrooms. We'll go more into where they originated from. I'm going to shut this off right now. I don't want to cause too much smoke. And then we'll get into what to do with that, with those mushrooms right there. Okay. So, again, we have fresh basil, about half a cup of olive oil, quarter cup of grated cheese. Don't put any salt in there because the grated cheese is salty enough. If you want to put a little heat, you can put a little crushed red pepper in there. And if you want to go with the traditional, you can put your pine nuts in there as well. Okay, so that's one thing right there. Now, I'm going to mix my pesto with gavadelli pasta. Gavadelli pasta in my house was the traditional pasta that we would have on Palm Sunday. Okay, it's similar to gnocchi, but it's not made out of potato. It's made the regular way with the flour and the egg. But they also add a little ricotta cheese to the mixture, and it gives it a nice little, how can I say, nice little texture to it, soft, a little tastier. Okay, so I have gavadelli right there. We're gonna mix our pesto in there. We're gonna do it cold. I like my pesto cold. I don't really like it hot too much, unless I'm doing something that requires it to be that way. Okay, our portobello mushrooms are done. We're gonna put them in on a plate and get the rest done. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna leave you for a second to go to my microwave, but I have here the grilled portobello mushroom. I have here some fresh mozzarella. I'm gonna put it on top like this. Okay? Here we go. Just like that. I'm gonna microwave it because my oven would make this kitchen too hot right now if I was to drop it in the oven. And then we're gonna put a little pesto on top. So it's kind of like mini pesto portobello pizzas. If you have the larger portobellos, you can make nice personal portobello pizzas with the pesto. Can you say that? Pesto portobello pizza. Say that 3 times. All right, let's get this going here. Get the show on the road. Let's go here. Of course. Give me 1 second, folks. Okay, it's a little, looks like it's going to rain here today, but it's going to cool off things, hopefully. I got Carla Okerson. Very nice, Carla. I never met you. I do like your work. Maybe one day I'll be able to cook for you. You can come on our show, and we'll be able to have you on. We'll have a nice restaurant on or something. That's what we'll do for you. All right, give me a couple more minutes. One more, 30 seconds more, done. Just want to get that cheese nice and melted on top. Okay. Here we go. Beautiful. Now I just call my beloved wife over here and give her the finished product. And here we go. Okay, everybody. If you want to, you can put a little pepper flakes on this, but this is what we got here. There you go, look at that. Portobello, some mozzarella, grilled portobello mozzarella, some pesto on that. Sprinkle a little more cheese. If you want to put a little hot pepper on there, you could do that. Harriet, would you like your portobello mushrooms? Not yet? Okay, very good. Then I will hold it for you right here. And there we go, folks. That's for the beloved Harriet. Okay. Next, we're going to take our pasta and we're going to blend in. We're going to mix in our pesto. Okay. Let's do that. And here we go. The rest of our pesto mixture on top of that pasta. And we're going to mix it in. Now again, with this is pretty much totally vegan today. In fact, it is all vegan. What you could do is after you mix the pesto, you could also put in some nice cut up red pepper, roasted red pepper in here. And if you don't want to do the portobello pieces, you could chop up the portobello, put that in here. If you don't want to go vegan, you want to go a little smoky, you can put some bacon or nice fresh pancetta in your pasta. Keep it in your fridge during this time. Hot weather. You can serve it nice and cold. Makes a great salad. And there you go. Got that nice little green color coming up here. Yeah. Alright. Look at that, folks. There's some nice green pesto there. I'm going to take a little for myself. And have our little conversation. And hopefully everybody loves everybody after this, including Tony and Sally love me. Alright. Alright, here we go. Okay. Put a little cheese on mine. I'm going to skip the hot pepper, but you can do that if you want. Great. Alright. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to have a little party, a little conversation, stuff like that. Okay. Taz, the resident artist, how are you? Presto pesto, that's correct. Voila. Et voila, et presto, pesto. Okay, let's just move the camera here. Put it in. Hello, everyone. Just tighten up the camera here. Okay, so there we go. Alright, so that was our pesto sauce. And what the heck is pesto? Now you know what the heck pesto is. Let's just go over some of the things for it. Well, first let's try our pesto right here. I have a little bit of pesto here with my gabadelli. Let's try it. You guys can see it, nice little green light color. Delicious. It's nothing but a nice garden fresh taste, flavor to it. They got that basil. Can't beat the taste of basil. Plus the garbadelli does a nice job of absorbing the pesto sauce. The taste of the cheese is delicious. My palate is thanking me right now. Probably a little bit of hot pepper, kind of be nice to it, but I don't feel like it right now. Maybe on my second helping when I get to it, after you guys are gone, I might add a little red pepper to it. Let's see what we got. Excuse me for a moment. All right, here we go. So, here we go. So, getting back to pesto, pesto is a very healthy sauce. It's actually like mayonnaise. It's an emulsified type of sauce because you're using the oil and everything, and we're blending it all together and causing an emulsion. So pesto is an emulsion sauce. Also, like I said, like mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is oil basically and egg yolk, I believe, and or just egg, and you beat it or you use it in a food processor until it becomes mayonnaise. You add a little mustard to it. Usually the French like to add a little mustard to the mayonnaise when they make it. Again, created back in the 16th century, where they used mortars to make it. Thank God today we have blenders and food processors to make beautiful sauces like this. All right, the portobello mushroom goes back to ancient times, but it wasn't really discovered until 1707 by a French botanist. Okay, and his name was Joseph Piton de Tournefort, and that was discovered in 1707. Okay, the name of the portobello is really unknown because, as we know, it really means portobello actually means by the door, basically, or something to that effect, because it has porta, which means door in Italian. It can mean like beautiful door, portobello, beautiful door. Now they say that the name came from a few ways. It came from London, England. There was a road named Portobello. They say that might have been named there. Also, there was a sitcom called Portobello, probably back in the 60s or 70s. That's just a joke, but that's what they say. So it's really hard to say how it got its name, but they're delicious and everybody loves them. Two questions people may ask is, because they have those gills, the black gills, and a lot of mushrooms have the black gills. I like to clean the black gills. It depends on how I'm going to be cooking the portobello mushroom. If I'm going to slice it and put it into pasta, I may not do that. With something like I just made, I would clean the gills out. And what happens if you do keep the gills when you do portobellos, whatever you're going to cook, like kind of sauce or something, it's going to be a lot darker, because those gills will turn whatever you have into a darker color. So you want to be careful of that. A lot of people ask about the stems. The stems are, you can eat them, they're edible, but they're a little woody tasting. What I find is if you do have stems and you want to use them, you don't like to waste, put them in wash them, put them in a plastic bag, and then if you make soup or anything like that, a stock, put those stems into the stock and it'll flavor, give it a very nice flavor also as well. So that's really it. That's my history lesson for today on the portobello mushroom and on pesto sauce. Okay, any other questions that we have, because we have plenty of time. It only took me 20 minutes to make everything. With pesto, you can use it on chicken, pork, fish, Some even like to use it on beef. It gives it a nice enhanced flavor. I think like if you were to grill a nice chicken breast, and then put a nice slice of roasted red pepper, a slice of provolone, melt it, and then put some pesto sauce in there. You can do that, or you can mix your pesto sauce with mayonnaise, and then you have a pesto mayo, and you can use it on sandwiches and everything like that. A lot of people like to do that. So you got the pesto mayo and that. Now, pesto is a healthy sauce because it doesn't have any high saturated fats. The olive oil is not a high saturated fat type thing, but it does have fat, so you should use it in moderation. Now, if you compare it to a marinara sauce, they're equally the same. Marinara sauce is not saturated in fat. It's probably a little healthier for you because you don't have the oil in it or anything like that. So that you don't have to do in moderation, the marinara sauce, but that also is a healthy sauce for you. So, between a nice marinara and a pesto to change up things, you can make yourself some great meals. That's the way I look at it. Some really good meals coming your way between the marinara and the pesto sauce. I'm telling you right now, I'm loving this pesto with the gavadelli because it's just delicious. Now, I wanted to give it a smoky flavor, like I said. I would add some bacon to it, or some pancetta, anything like that. That would actually really, really congeal very well into your taste buds between the smokiness and then the fresh basil. Very good. Okay, let's see what's going on here with people. Mr. Staz, how are you? Staz and I were bad boys during Knock 'em Dead. I guess because we weren't in a good mood, and then that kind of put Sally and Tony into a bummer. That's too bad, because we're older and we're allowed to have bad days and be grouchy, right, Staz? So, too bad, Sally and Tony. What do we got here? Alright, so we got Bonnie. It says here, like Bonnie's saying a lot of nice things about me, which is nice. Greg DeFilippo has his mouth open. He wants me to feed him. Okay, Joe Staz, of course, came on. Ken Pichelle is watching, of course. Ken, maybe one day you'll get to do my commercials, okay? That would be nice. You could do the Montoro Cafe commercial for Robert T. Johnson, and hopefully we'll have a couple more when we get back. Okay, Joan Krippiak Asher is talking to Bonnie. What else? Portobellos are great. So many different ways you could use it. Yes, that's correct, Greg. There are so many different ways. Vegetarians make burgers out of them. You grill them and you add some more vegetables. Or you could do a tower. You could do a tower with portobellos and grilled vegetables like eggplant, zucchini, red pepper, and make a nice tower. Melt some fresh mozzarella in between the layers. It comes out great. It's wonderful. Staz is making gavatelli actually this Sunday. I wish I could taste it. Staz. Gavatelli is one of my favorite pastas. Takes me back to a boy on Palm Sunday after church in that long, long gospel. All you think about is having those gavatellis with some nice sauce and meatballs and sausage, right? And some pig skin. Can't beat that. Yes, we are the bad boys, Staz, right? In fact, we should start our own club, the Bad Boys of Not the Dead, and see how Sally and Tony like that. You know? Damn the French fries, Staz. Let's go gourmet. That's what I say. Right? See if Staz agrees with me. I'm sure he does. Okay, Bonnie Scalise, you went to Olive Garden. Believe it or not, Bonnie, I actually like Olive Garden. I don't think it's too bad. For the money, it's pretty reasonable. I like the salad and the breadsticks, which everybody else loves. Plus, the dishes are okay. They try to make it a little better. Then they try to improve it as they go along. But for Olive Garden, if you're going to go out and want an inexpensive meal, one Italian is perfect for you. Maybe they'll pay me for being a sponsor or something like that. I don't know. But That is so good. I can't tell you how good that is. Okay, I'm gonna have a little more. And when my wife comes, I'm gonna tell her to take some of this beautiful pasta and eat it with her mushrooms. Don't mind me, folks. This is what it's all about here. Alright, so a little more cheese. Just a little bit on my pasta. And now we'll go with the hot pepper on my pasta. Just a little bit, like Robert De Niro says, a little bit. Except for his wife, who's taking a lot, not a little bit out of right now. Okay, I want to thank everybody's support. Sorry, but there was a mix-up yesterday. Beyond our control, and the wrong episode went on. Not the Drunken Housewives of Australia. Julie and Angelina will be on again. Hopefully, they'll play the right episode next week, and we'll get to see that. It's a really good interview. It's like a one-on-one interview that I did on Zoom, and we talk about her. You get to really know the real Julie Angelina, and you find out she's really quite a very strong woman. She has a lot going on in her life. Bonnie Scalise, you may want to watch that episode too, because she's going through a lot. She has a son who's autistic. Plus herself, she has multiple sclerosis. So there's a lot of things about Julie Angelina that you don't know, that you will know on my interview. And then we'll get to see Zumba. Zumba is her pet kangaroo, and we'll have a good time with that as well. So hopefully, again, we will have the correct episode on next week of The Housewife, and I will keep you posted on that, and I do apologize for the confusion. Okay. Now with the pepper flakes, this is really good. So, for you people out there, tonight, it's a hot night. Make yourself some nice pesto. Mix it with some nice pasta. Have it cold. Mix whatever you want in there. Either sit outside with a martini or a nice glass of red wine. I choose. Joe Stas unfortunately can't get his Paulo Rossi red anymore, but I'll have to go to another store to get it. That with your pasta, can't beat it. Or stay inside in an air-conditioned room and watch our shows here on GovsRadio. That's another nice thing you can do. So you definitely want to do that. Now Ken has a side here. Says, I usually don't eat any red sauces at Olive Garden. Unlimited soup, salad, and breadsticks work pretty well for him. So that's what he likes. And a lot of people probably feel the same way. I never had the soups, but I'm sure it's pretty good. It says here, this is a good one. Greg, this is very funny. You're absolutely correct, though. Nothing like having a sauce that comes in a 35-gallon plastic drum. Probably, and it's probably a good percentage of that is probably oil. A lot of these commercial places use more oil in their pasta than the natural tomato ingredient to make it more economical for them. You don't see it because they mix it so good. Again, they emulsify it so well that it appears to be a really good tomato sauce, but it's not. I'm not saying they all do it, but some do it. Stas agrees with me, with Chef Felix, probably about me and him. Stas, we're gonna start a club. We're gonna drive them crazy. Remember, starting on Monday, Stas, you and me, we're gonna drive them crazy. All right, we gotta keep them on their toes, and that's what we're gonna do. Ken, don't be a spy. Don't rat us out. Make sure, you know, when we start to be grumpy on that show, Knock It Dead, don't tell Sally and Tony that it's a conspiracy. Okay? I know you're tight with them with the trivia and stuff, but we don't want that. This is strictly war between Stas and I and Knock It Dead. Okay. What else we got? Bonnie, what do you think? You think you can handle this type of dish from Michael there? When he gets out of his DeLorean, you'll have some nice pesto waiting for him, and maybe some portobello mushrooms if you want to take a shot at that. But you can't beat this, Bonnie. Mm-mm. Maybe your kids will like this too. I don't know if they're big on pasta or anything. Well, this is something else you all look into. Look how long it took me to make everything. Probably like about 20 minutes. So, there you go. Quick and delicious. That's the way I like to make it. I won't be doing many quarantine lives. I will be doing some maybe for fillings or something like that, like I did today. So I'll either cook or I'll do something else. Our next session is going to be, I had told you sometime in my youth, I had spent some time in Arizona with a lot of Navajo Indians, particularly Derek Ngazi, who's a good friend of mine. We just rekindled our relationship this year due to Facebook. We haven't seen each other since probably 1983. So we've been communicating a little bit back and forth. And I'm going to make something that I had in Arizona, which I absolutely love, which is a Navajo tradition. It's called Navajo Indian fried bread. And it's not that hard to make. And we're going to attempt it come the next time you see me in COVID-19 cooking. It's called Navajo Indian fried bread, or just Indian fried bread. And we're going to make that, and we're going to show you what you can do with that. You'll find it's not a hard thing to make, something different. And it's also paying tribute to Native American Indians, who in this country deserve a lot of homage from us. They were the first here. I know there's always controversy with Christopher Columbus, but maybe me being Italian, learning the Navajo culture and making the Navajo Indian bread will kind of correct things between Italians and Navajo Indians. But it actually was the Spanish that came, not the Italians that did that. So Indian fried bread is something I'm going to try next. And then after that, I may experiment with some tapas. If any of you have been to Spain or Spanish restaurants or markets, they have something called tapas, which is a wonderful thing. Get yourself a bottle of wine, get a couple, 3 dishes of tapas, which are really appetizers made by them, and you relax. I'm into that. Well, I enjoy a meal where I can have a nice bottle of wine and just relax and do different, have a little variety, and that's what tapas is all about. If people don't know what tapas is, I suggest learn about it, okay, and hopefully in the next, maybe by the end of July, we will do tapas here on COVID-19. Then, hopefully, eventually, we will be going back to the studio and back to Let's Eat LI right there. Teespring.com, everybody. Get your mug. You got a cup of coffee with me every day, every morning. So we hope to get back to the studio. I don't know when. I'm thinking maybe September. By the time they finish everything, I will probably not have a coffee maker or a microwave, which Mr. Staz and I are going to have to work on. But we will try and get back to you with some quality shows. And we'll have people on. Maybe Andrew Perjanis will be on, and we'll do something with him. And that's it. I know I have something very specially planned for Andrew that I have been working on. So hopefully by the time we get back, maybe he'll be my first show if he'd like to, and see if he would like to participate in that show. Okay, so I'm gonna drink a little water out of my cup here. This is Taz, the resident artist's work right there. Taz, there you go. Not only on t-shirts, but we got it on our mug here. That's me with the cannolis, and that's Engineer Ryan in back of me. And we're having a good time. And I'm still eating my pasta here. Wow. This is really good. it's just so garden fresh, you know. The nice part about it is you don't have to, summer day, you don't have to slave over your oven or anything like that. It's right here, you know. Alright, so, we got here, Staz loves the mug, okay. Teespring.com, and Ken is doing a little commercial right now for us with Teespring.com. Search GovsRadio and get your Gov swag, right? Go get your Gov swag. We got this on one side and we got GovsRadio on the other side. Can't beat it. I had my coffee in that this morning. It's delicious. Alright. Yes, Ken, Derek. Derek is my friend. Derek Yazzie. He's Navajo Indian. He lives in New Mexico. He works, he's retired and he works in one of the casinos on the reservation. He's quite an interesting fellow. He didn't want to do an interview with me, which is okay, but we do communicate. In fact, we're going to do a Zoom hopefully this week. I want to talk to him a little bit about the Indian fry bread, Navajo Indian fry bread, things like that. Now, when I was in Arizona, they used to serve it like they would like we would serve bread here. So in restaurants down in Arizona, they would serve you the Indian fry bread or the Navajo Indian fry bread, because that was very prevalent in Navajo. So very prevalent between New Mexico, Arizona, and let's see what else here. I'm just reading here, see who's on. We got here a lot of Ken Pichelle here. Yeah, Ken, you're not going to be reading any ads on Thursdays right now because they're going on vacation. Yes, it was a great dish made in under 20 minutes. As long as you prep everything, again, as long as you have what they call the mise en place already prepared, there's no reason why you can't cook a dish with under 5 minutes, unless it has to stay in the oven or has to braise or something like that. Okay. What's up, Chef? Ready? Going to say hello already? And I guess that's it, folks. It's going to be a short show. There's really nothing else to talk about except for what's coming up, hopefully. After the Drunken Housewife of Australia, I do have another show where we have Dang Barbecue in Iceland. And we talk to the owner and see what he's been up to. And then we have a new place, hopefully that might be a sponsor, called Tranquility Spa and Salt. They have not salt bath, but it's a salt room where you go in and there's a lot of healthy things that you can do in the salt room. It has the Himalayan salt. It's supposed to help people with COPD and other respiratory illnesses, or prevent respiratory illnesses. So it might even help with COVID a little bit. You never know. Okay, Ken Pichelle was shouting at Derek Muddis for a pop and twist. Oh, okay. That person, yeah. He's the balloon man, right? I'm not really familiar with him. So when you say Derek, I just think of my friend all of a sudden. But yeah, Mr. Papa Twist, I think just had a birthday. If I am not wrong. Okay. Everybody loves the mug. Ken, of course, did his teespring.com. And I'm going to be probably signing off now. And just going to finish the rest of my pasta. Have a nice mellow day. I guess I'll see you guys, I don't know when. Hopefully you'll get to see the interview next week. And I'll be on again after we finish all of the interviews that I did. There's 2 left on COVID. And then I'll be back to cook for you. Then we're going to start off with the Indian fry bread, Navajo Indian fry bread. And then hopefully maybe tapas after that, or whatever I decide. So I just want to wish everybody to be safe this weekend. Keep hanging on. Hopefully things will get back to normal. Hopefully we'll get to see you back in the studio. That's if they don't kick me out. And that's it. So we're going to close out the show I'm going to say thank you very much to everybody out there. I still have the pesto portobello mushrooms here, waiting for my wife to eat. I'm sure she'll get into that. And that's it. So take care, everyone. Be safe, and see you next time. Take care, everybody. God bless.